This is MATHguide.com. My name is Mark Karadimos. Today we're going to take a look at a table of values that show us how many sit-ups each student has done, and you can see they clearly delineates how many sit-ups they've done in each week. 3 weeks are shown. What we want to determine is which one of these students is best at sit-ups. What we would like to consider is which student has the best increase, which student has the best percent increase from week 1 to week 3 we're speaking, and of course which one has the best average as in terms of a mean. Alright, I'd like you to give this a shot. You can pause the video, determine those things, and we'll come back and talk about them. Okay, pause the video. Alright, now that you've had a chance to look over these, I'd like to calculate some and show you how they are calculated. So, let's talk about Jane first. It looks like from 22 to 28, that is an increase of 6. So when we speak of Jane, she's got an increase of 6, and we want to figure out, well, what is her percent increase? Well, to figure out her percent increase, we could see you're supposed to take the increase and you're going to divide it by the original amount. So her first amount was 22. Of course, it looks like she increased by 6, and we're going to determine what that is as a decimal. So you throw that into a calculator, and it looks like it comes up to be 0.273 approximately. So that is approximately 27.3%. Okay, and what we'd like to do is determine the mean. Now, to calculate the mean, you take all of her scores, 22, 25, and 28. Now, of course, this is the arithmetic mean. You add them, and you divide by how many there are. And there are 3. Okay, so plugging this into a calculator, I add them all up, which is 75. I take 75 and divide it by 3. It turns out to be 25. Okay, so of course we can't determine which student is best until we do this for all. Now, I'm not going to show all the calculations. I already have a table, so I'm going to place that table up here. Alright, so I've placed the table there so we could take a look at all the individual scores, and I've calculated the increase first. You can see Paul has increased by 7, Hank by 8, and then of course did some calculations. Okay, so I didn't want to show everything just for the sake of time. Alright, however, when we do look at these values and now determine who's best, well, you can see that Hank has the best increase. Okay, so it looks like Hank's got the best increase. Let's see, who's got the best percent increase? Well, that looks like it's Jane. Jane's got the best percent increase. Who's got the best mean? Oh, and that is Paul. So who's the best at sit-ups? It's hard to determine. I guess it depends on which one of these you value most. I could say that it looks like, let's see, the best score we already have outlined. Now the worst score, looks like this is the worst. Let's see, which one's the worst when it comes to the percent increase? We have this one, and it looks like who's the worst when it comes up here. Okay. So I don't know if it's because Jane has 2 worst scores but only 1. I don't know if that makes it at all, moves it one way or the other. Hank only has the best increase, but he has no other negatives. So these are all things to determine when trying to figure out who is best. And when people follow sports, these are the debates that people get into. They don't just look at one statistic or 2, or not necessarily even 3, but sometimes they look like at a combination of scores, and they make their determination based on all of those scores. Who's the best student? I'll let you decide. Alright, make sure you go back to MATHguide.com, check out all our other problems, our videos, our interactive quizzes and lessons. Take care.